Hello, fellow daredevils and thrill seekers, and welcome back to TerrificTen, the channel that serves you top 10s with a spicy side of sarcasm. Today, we're about to dive into the world of the paranormal, the eerie, and the downright terrifying. We're counting down the top 10 most haunted locations in the world. You might be sitting comfortably now, but don't blame us if you need to sleep with the lights on tonight. So grab a blanket, a cup of something warm, and let's embark on this spooky journey. The Tower of London, England. What better way to start our list than with a place soaked in centuries of blood and betrayal? The Tower of London, a former royal palace turned prison, is a goldmine for anyone hunting for spectral royalty. Perhaps the most famous of the tower's ghostly inhabitants is Anne Boleyn, the unfortunate second wife of Henry VIII who lost her head, quite literally, in a political power play. Rumor has it that she's still seen wandering around the tower, head tucked neatly under her arm. It's not just Anne who's decided to stick around either. There are countless tales of guards being terrified by phantom prisoners, unseen hands, and even the ghostly sounds of animals from the royal menagerie that used to be kept within the tower walls. It's a paranormal smorgasbord of historic proportions. Eastern State Penitentiary, USA. Shifting our focus across the pond, our next location is the now-defunct Eastern State Penitentiary in Pennsylvania. With its castle-like structure and grim history, this place is a prime candidate for ghostly activity. Its most famous resident specter is that of Al Capone, who was incarcerated there in 1929. Despite his relatively comfortable stay, his cell was more like a luxury apartment. It's said he was haunted by the ghost of James Clark, one of the victims of the St. Valentine's Day massacre. Apparently, Al's luxury stay came with a complimentary haunting. Talk about an unexpected room service. Poveglia Island, Italy. Now let's take a detour to the sunny landscapes of Italy, or rather, to a less inviting location off its coast. Poveglia Island, nestled in the Venetian lagoon, is a place with a history so grim that it makes the island the perfect setting for a horror movie. The island has seen it all, from serving as a quarantine station for plague victims to housing a mental asylum where patients were reportedly tortured. Today, the island is off limits to visitors, but that hasn't stopped the rumors. Many claim to hear echoing screams and see apparitions wandering the deserted island. If you're looking for an island getaway, you might want to cross Poveglia off your list, unless you're a fan of vacationing with vengeful spirits, of course. Aokigahara Forest, Japan. What's spookier than a haunted building? A haunted forest, of course. Aokigahara Forest, at the base of Mount Fuji, is also infamously known as Suicide Forest. It's a dark and silent place that has been the tragic end of many lives. People say the forest is filled with yurei, or spirits, who died with strong emotions of sadness or anger. These spirits are said to scream through the night, leaving visitors with an eerie sense of dread. It's a chilling place where compasses go haywire and the silence can be as haunting as the whispers of the forest's tragic past. This is definitely not the ideal spot for a leisurely nature walk. Bangar Fort, India. Nestled amidst the lush landscapes of Rajasthan, India, Bangar Fort is a place shrouded in chilling legends and eerie stories. It's considered one of the most haunted places in India, and local lore warns that anyone who enters the fort after sunset will not return. The legends speak of a sorcerer who cursed the fort after being rejected by a princess. His spiteful curse supposedly resulted in the entire town being deserted overnight. Today, it's a tourist attraction by day, and a haven for spirits by night. Visit if you dare, but remember, no after dark sightseeing unless you fancy a one-way trip to the spirit world. Edinburgh Castle, Scotland. Back to the regal realm of castles, we find ourselves in Scotland, at the imposing Edinburgh Castle. The castle, perched atop Castle Rock, has been the centerpiece of many bloody battles and grisly executions throughout history. The most commonly spotted apparition is a headless drummer boy, whose spectral beats are said to echo through the castle's stone walls. However, he's not the only spectral resident. Visitors have reported a whole host of ghostly phenomena, from sudden drops in temperature to unseen hands tugging at their clothes. With its rich history and spectral sightings, Edinburgh Castle is a must-visit for any self-respecting ghost hunter. The Catacombs, Paris. Paris, the city of love, croissants, and a labyrinth of bones beneath its streets? That's right, folks. The Paris catacombs, stretching over 200 miles beneath the city, are the final resting place for over 6 million people. Visitors have reported experiencing a strange sense of unease and being watched while navigating the bone-lined corridors. Some even claim to have seen apparitions and captured ghostly voices on tape. And who can blame the spirits for wanting to stick around? After all, Paris is always a good idea, even in the afterlife. Let's pause here for a moment. We've covered some pretty bone-chilling places already, but remember, we're not done yet. Get ready, because the top 3 are coming up, and they're guaranteed to give you goosebumps. Waverly Hills Sanatorium, USA. Let's take a trip to the United States, specifically to the city of Louisville, Kentucky. Here, we find the Waverly Hills Sanatorium, once a hospital for tuberculosis patients. This vast building has a dark past, with a high number of deaths contributing to its reputation as a hotspot for paranormal activity. Visitors and paranormal investigators have reported unexplainable phenomena, from eerie shadows and apparitions to disembodied voices and chilling cold spots. Some even claim to have encountered the spirit of a nurse who tragically took her life in the building. It's safe to say that a tour of Waverly Hills Sanatorium is not for the faint-hearted. Banff Springs Hotel, Canada. Now, we're headed north to Canada. The Banff Springs Hotel, located in the picturesque Rocky Mountains, is not just known for its scenic beauty. This historic hotel has a few spectral residents that have overstayed their welcome. The most well-known apparition is the Ghost Bride, a young woman who supposedly fell to her death on her wedding day. Visitors claim to see her dancing in the ballroom, still in her wedding gown. Other strange occurrences include sightings of a former bellman who insists on helping guests and mysterious noises echoing in the empty halls. As beautiful as the location might be, you might want to reconsider a stay unless you're keen on spectral roommates. Chernobyl, Ukraine. Finally, we've made it to the top spot on our list. It's a place that needs no introduction, the Chernobyl exclusion zone in Ukraine. The site of the worst nuclear disaster in history is, unsurprisingly, considered one of the most haunted places in the world. From the abandoned city of Pripyat to the eerily quiet Reactor 4, visitors have reported unsettling experiences and sightings. Ghostly figures, unexplained noises, and an overwhelming sense of dread are just a few of the things you can expect when you step into this post-apocalyptic landscape. It's a haunting reminder of the tragedy that struck here, and a chilling destination for any paranormal enthusiast. And there you have it, folks. From haunted forests and asylums to cursed forts and a radioactive wasteland, these are some of the most haunted locations in the world. Are they genuinely haunted by restless spirits, or is it all just our minds playing tricks on us? Either way, these are places that are guaranteed to give you the creeps, whether you believe in ghosts or not. Remember, if you plan to visit any of these places, be respectful, be safe, and maybe bring a friend or 2, or 10. After all, there's safety in numbers, especially when you're venturing into the unknown. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you've enjoyed this video, share it with your friends or anyone who might need a good scare. Who knows, we might just make a believer out of them yet. Until next time, stay curious, stay vigilant, and as always, stay terrific.